what you don't see coming but need to know. So sometimes we don't see what's coming. We don't see the shift, the closure, the truth, the breakthrough, but your higher self is always a few steps ahead. So let's have a look. What is your higher self preparing you for? So let's have a look at the incoming shift. This could be emotional, spiritual, relational, divine redirection. Let's have a look. Spirit, what is the viewer's higher self preparing them for? We have the Six of Wands, and let's have a look at what you're being protected from. So the unseen obstacle, the misalignment. Let's have a look. The detour. We've got the Chariot, and then let's have a look at the shift that is going to change everything. Spirit, can we please have a look? What shift? This is the breakthrough, the opportunity, or the emotional release that is coming soon. What is this new energy that is going to bring into your life or remove? Let's have a look. The shift that will change everything. We have got the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups, and one more, the Eight of Pentacles. So we can see that there is a shift that's happening, one that you didn't see coming, but that your soul has been quietly preparing for. And it starts with recognition, and it moves through divine redirection, and it ends in this embodied transformation, a really heart-aligned mastery. So this reading, it revolves that your past efforts and your heartaches and your intuitive whispers, they weren't in vain. And they're really shaping you for this exact moment, the one where you're going to rise differently and love deeper and choose your path with soul precision. So this reading is going to resonate for the one who has been doing the inner work quietly, and the one who's maybe felt stuck between waiting and letting go, or longing and leveling up. If you've had a deep knowing that something is shifting but no proof yet, then this reading might be for you. It's really for the ones who are emotionally aware and spiritually open and ready to hear what's really coming next, even if you don't fully see it yet. This Six of Wands is such a beautiful card in what your higher self is preparing for. And you're being prepared for recognition, not just external validation, but this is the kind of recognition that comes from the soul finally being seen, acknowledged, and respected. And the Six of Wands, this is a card of victory after struggle. And in this context, your higher self is really preparing you to receive. I'm going to bring this card a little closer to you so that you can see these yellow flowers. They seem to be reminiscent of dandelions and are especially powerful. So dandelions, they are the wish carriers. They hold our hopes, but they also grow through concrete. They're resilient, they're unkillable, and they're light-bearing. And Spirit is saying that the thing that you wished for in silence, we heard you. It's blooming now, quietly but confidently. So this is success after invisibility, of being chosen after being overlooked. And the energy of your guides really preparing to lift you into your highest timeline. We have the Chariot showing up as what you're being protected from. And you're being protected from a forced direction, from rushing into something that might look like it's aligned but wasn't ready. So the Chariot, it often symbolizes drive and movement, but here is also about restraint and divine detachment. In this image, we can see that there's two skeleton horses and they are attached by the same spine, suggesting that the two forces were once moving together, but now they might need to go in different directions. We can see the heads are pointing in different ways. So they're still tied, but there is forward motion, but it is not mutual. And Spirit is really slowing you down, not to punish you, but to redirect you towards what is truly built to last. We see on the card the black and the red flowers, and these have always echoed yin and yang energy. They speak to balance. duality, and energetic integration. So spirit is really protecting you from any imbalance of maybe being pulled by extremes and from choosing something that could recreate some sort of chaos. So to me, this feels like rerouting. And then we have this pile that is talking about the shift that is going to change everything. And this feels like your emergence, fully, emotionally, spiritually, and purposefully. So the King of Wands, they bring leadership and self-assurance and soul fire, and the Queen of Cups brings in that softness and emotional sovereignty and deep intuitive love. And together they show a whole version of you, no longer fragmented and no longer waiting for external permission. So you're really becoming both passion and peace, vision and compassion. So it feels like a shift where you are no longer having to choose between love and self, or between passion and peace. This King of Wands, like we say, is a visionary, very bold and unapologetically clear about what they want. And the Queen of Cups is intuitive and soft and deeply emotionally intelligent. And together, they represent two people who are no longer operating from trauma, but from truth. So not only are you aligning within yourself, but this is talking about being shifted towards a connection that is emotionally aligned and energetically reciprocal, where one person really leads with fire and the other leads with feeling, and both honor the growth, the heart, and the depth. And this Eight of Pentacles, this confirms that this isn't fleeting, it is built intentionally. And if we look at the pentacles here, we can see that every pentacle is etched with a heart or a skull or a hip bone. And this really reminds us that this connection is being built with heart-led effort in grounded and real healing with the skulls. And it is meant to move forward with the hips. It is not staying stuck in old cycles. So you're not just attracting love, you're attracting someone who's doing the work too. Someone who's not going to run from depth, and someone who really sees you as you are and says, let's build this together. We can see that it's a completely different energy from the Chariot card, where there are two that are pulling in opposite directions. So we can see that you're really healing your patterns through purpose, and you're not working for approval anymore. You're really mastering your own rhythm and building a life and maybe love from this very healed energy. And the shift that changes everything is you becoming whole. And whole people, they attract aligned lives. So what you didn't see coming but your soul did is that you are being moved out of misaligned motion into very purposeful, aligned creation, and you're being lifted into visibility and supported through sacred delay and prepared for emotional and energetic mastery here. So this isn't just a new chapter, it's actually part of the story where everything finally starts to make sense. As always, a reminder that this is a collective reading and therefore it is not meant to resonate with everyone. I do have 2 same-day readings that are available. I know they sold out extremely quickly yesterday. I only have a couple because today is going to be a travel day. So I have those. You can find the link within my bio. Or I do have a few more. I've just relisted a number of soul contract readings that are going to be returned within 3 days. And this is where we look at soul contracts. What was the purpose, the original purpose of that soul contract? We look into past lives and how those lives might be affecting this particular lifetime. We look into what contracted lessons you have decided to work on in this particular lifetime, where you are in that cycle, and whether you're meant to come together in this physical reality in this lifetime. So once again, if that's something that you would be interested in, I have renewed some of those listings. Let me briefly show you where I'm reading from today. The beautiful island of